Abraham sat by the entrance of his tent in the shade of the oaks of Mamre. He looked up and saw three men standing before him. What many overlook is how sudden and silent their arrival was. No footsteps, no dust rising from a journey. One moment he was alone, the next moment they were there, as if heaven had stepped directly into his doorway. Abraham ran to greet them and bowed, offering water, bread, rest, and a feast. He hurried to Sarah, who prepared fine flour, while a servant brought a tender calf. Abraham stood near them as they ate, showing not only hospitality, but reverence for a presence he could sense, but not yet fully understand. One of the men spoke and asked where Sarah was. She waited in the tent behind them, listening with quiet curiosity. The visitor spoke a promise that reached deep into years of longing. Sarah would have a son. Inside the tent, she laughed softly. The laugh carried the weight of her age, the memory of disappointment, and the ache of hope that had felt too far away. The untold part is the emotional collision happening within her. She laughed not because she mocked God, but because she could not imagine a future that healed everything she had accepted as impossible. The Lord heard her laugh. He asked Abraham why Sarah had laughed, but the question was directed to Sarah's heart. She stepped out with a mix of fear and surprise and denied it. The Lord responded with a truth that reshaped her life. Nothing was too hard for God. Her future rested in a promise that had followed her through every season. When the meal ended, the men rose and looked toward Sodom, and Abraham walked with them a short distance. What most people overlook is the intimacy of this moment. The Lord chose to share his plans with Abraham, treating him as a partner in unfolding justice. He revealed that the outcry from Sodom and Gomorrah was great and that he would investigate the cities himself. This was divine transparency, a rare moment when heaven opened its intentions to a human friend. Abraham stood before the Lord and spoke with courage, shaped by compassion. He asked if God would spare the city for the sake of the righteous. This was not negotiation. It was intercession born from a heart shaped by God's own mercy. Abraham appealed again and again, asking if 50, then even fewer righteous people would be enough for the city to live. The untold details that Abraham was learning the nature of divine justice. He learned that mercy does not vanish before judgment, and that God listens to the pleas of those who carry compassion for others. By the time the conversation ended, Abraham understood that God's investigation would be perfect, and his judgment would be fair. The Lord departed and Abraham returned to his tents, carrying a deeper understanding of God's character and the weight of the moment that was about to fall on the valley.